means B News New Zealand, and we start with the breaking news, and at least 2 people are believed to be dead after a kayaking expedition went horribly wrong on Lake Tekapo this evening.
Initial reports suggest a group of 11 kayakers were on the trip.
Weather conditions were fine at the time, but a strong westerly wind picked up and the group got into trouble. The kayakers tried to paddle to an island in the middle of the lake. A kiwi fruit orchard in Whangarei has tested positive for the vine-killing disease PSA.
It is the first positive test to come from the region, which is made up of around 50 orchards.
PSA has been in the country for at least 4 years and is spread by weather events, plant material and by footwear, orchard tools and vehicles.
A smoke bomb thought to be 50 years old has been discovered in Auckland.
The weapon was discovered today by the occupants of a house in Fred Taylor Drive in Westgate while they were clearing out of their garage.
The bomb was removed by the Defence Force's Ordnance Disposal Team without incident.
Following the deportation of a Kiribati climate change refugee, the Human Rights Commission wants the government to increase the annual quota from the island nation.
New Zealand takes up to 75 citizens, including their partners and dependent citizens from Kiribati each year, under the Pacific Access category, but Dame Susan Devoy said it could be more.
Her comments come after the deportation of Ione Tetola back to Kiribati after he failed in his bid to become the world's first climate change refugee.
A powerful 6.6 magnitude earthquake has struck the eastern Indonesian region of Papua, US seismologists say, causing panic to people to run screaming out of their homes.
But an AFP journalist said the quake, which struck at a depth of 24 kilometres, was felt strongly in the city for about 2 minutes, and the people woke up and ran outside in a panic.
The good news is, there is no tsunami warning.
The All Blacks won against Namibia in the Rugby World Cup.
The score was 58-14 and the crowd in the stadium was estimated to be 52,000.
The next game is the All Blacks versus Georgia at Cardiff, Wales.
Weather forecast for Auckland, showers and 18 degrees and low of 7. We apologise for the weather graphics problem. We will try to fix it by Monday.
And that's all today, folks. Please subscribe, have a nice day, and see you on Monday.
Kia ora, good evening. The family of a man critically injured after he was king-hit during a fight in South Auckland have made an emotional plea for his attacker to come forward.
36-year-old George Siosi remains in a critical condition in Auckland Hospital after the assault on Friday night outside a Denny's restaurant in Manukau.
Police believe Mr. Siosi and a friend had been drinking at Bar 1981 when they got into an altercation with a group of 6 men.
Police are seeking witnesses to an aggravated robbery that happened in Whangarei last night.
At around 10:50 p.m, a man presented a weapon to a male worker at the Bank Street Pizza Hut. He then went into a back office and took cash from a female worker before running off.
He was last seen on foot on Bank Street heading towards Whangarei CBD. No one was injured in the incident.
Time Warner CNN News Channel has bought a drone from Napier-based Altus Unmanned Aerial Solutions as part of a trial of aerial news gathering under a US Federal Aviation Administration program.
CNN is one of 3 organisation selected by the FAA to evaluate the functionality and safety of unmanned aerial vehicles.
It acquired a Delta X8 from Altus, which will provide technology and support, while Blue Chip Unmanned Aerial Solutions will provide operators and training to CNN.
Leading Republican White House hopeful Donald Trump says he will eliminate taxes for millions of lower-income Americans, reduce middle-class tax burdens, and end beneficial deductions for the wealthy.
Under a President Trump, some 50% of US households would pay no federal income tax because the household earned less than $50,000.
In 2013, 43% of US households did not pay federal income tax, according to the Tax Policy Center.
Let's just head straight to the weather forecast.
That's all today, folks. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a nice day. This is Tommy and B News New Zealand with Bean the Talking Dog and Tom the Talking Cat. Kia ora, good evening. A Wellington father, artist and well-known furniture designer has just arrived back in New Zealand after he went missing for 10 days in Thailand.
Andrew Misson had been in Koh Samui, an island in the Gulf of Thailand, and his daughter Teal Edwards Misson said he never made it to his original flight back to New Zealand.
Mr. Misson has just arrived in Auckland this afternoon.
A Mighty River Power engineer has been sacked after running up $23,500 in roaming charges on his work phone on a trip back to Sri Lanka and then turning up for work a day late.
The Employment Relations Authority has ruled the power company was justified in sacking the man, but says it must pay him $6,000 because of the stress he suffered during the disciplinary process, which had defects.
The Sri Lankan-born Australian has name suppression until next month.
Australians pathetic. A large slip on the North Island's east coast has forced State Highway 35 to be closed on Maraenui Hill.
The NZTA says the slip happened on the stretch of road between Opotiki and the East Cape.
There is no detour in place and motorists are advised to delay travel in the area.
Auckland Council says a defamation case brought against it by a ratepayer who owes nearly $40,000 is a non-starter and wants it dropped by a court.
Kingsland resident Penny Bright has since 2007 refused to pay rates to the council, saying she wanted to know where her money was being spent and has now built up a bill of $38,372.
In late 2014, she began legal proceedings against the council chief executive Stephen Town following a press release in which he said she had made wild accusations about the council.
Thirsty people with a sweet tooth will be out of luck if they try to buy fizzy drinks in hospitals from today.
Hospitals and district health boards throughout the country will be banning the sale of sugary drinks from their premises in an effort to curb obesity.
Director General of Health Choi Chihuahua wrote to all district health boards last month as part of a push to get them to ban the beverages. Chihuahua.
Very funny name, I suppose.
Okay, let's head straight to the weather.
Okay guys, that's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you on Friday.
Welcome to Tom and B News New Zealand, and we start with the breaking news that 10 people are dead in the Oregon College shootings.
The gunman was identified as 26-year-old Chris Harper Mercer. He also died and 7 other people are injured.
Here's what we know. Chris Harper Mercer opened fire inside a classroom at Umpuka Community College and moved to other rooms to gun down his victims.
Douglas County Sheriff John Hanlon said 10 people were killed and 7 other people were injured, several critically. The identity of the dead victims would not be released until a day or two.
Student Cassandra Rolding was in an adjacent room when the shooting broke out. She told the media that she heard 35 to 40 gunshots.
She also said that her fellow students opened the classroom door to see what's happening and then got shot.
It was not yet known if the gunman was a previous student at the college.
One New Zealander was caught up in the tragedy, but he was not shot. His mother was notified and was devastated by the news.
The 20-year-old from Auckland was stressed and traumatized, says his basketball coach.
He is now being treated in trauma care.
Waitakere Super City Rangers spokesperson Aiko said apart from a scraped knee, the 20-year-old Auckland student was not hurt despite following reports of him being shot.
Police confirmed that the gunman was confirmed dead.
So before we move on, here's the update in bullet points. The gunman was identified as 26-year-old Chris Harper Mercer. He has killed at least 10 people, including himself, and injures at least 7.
One student said that she heard 35 to 40 gunshots and her fellow student opened the door and next minute got shot.
An Auckland student was caught up in the shootings but wasn't injured, and County Sheriff John Halen says that the dead victims would not be identified within the next 24 to 48 hours.
Also in breaking news, 3 people are dead in another shooting in Florida, but this time at the City Hall in Inglis.
Witnesses say that there were multiple victims. One person was injured and was airlifted to UF Health Shands in Gainesville.
The motives for the shooting as well as any further details remain unknown.
Two other news now, and 2 men have been arrested after storming into an Auckland office on Monday and forcing staff to leave over a land claim.
Video of the incident was uploaded to YouTube by the man who says he was behind the ordeal, self-proclaimed surrogate king John Wanoa.
The footage shows the group can be seen entering the tournament parking office at CityWorks Depot before telling staff to leave.
A man and a woman have been charged for shooting at police today.
The 23-year-old woman and the 25-year-old man appeared in Waitakere District Court, charged with 2 counts of using a firearm against a law enforcement officer.
They were in a car that failed to stop at a police checkpoint. We will go straight to the weather.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you on Monday. Welcome to Tom and B News New Zealand. The family of Alex Fisher, found dead on a beach near Levin, have spoken of their devastation of his sudden death and have thanked the community for their support.
In a statement read by Horowhenua Mayor Brendan Duffy this afternoon, on behalf of Alex's parents Mike and Sandra Fisher, they have thanked all of those who helped in the search, delivered food to them and prayed for Alex.
A framed photo of Alex was placed on a table at the Levin District Council where Mr. Duffy read the statement.
Emergency services are attending the scene of a serious crash on Auckland Southern Motorway between Ellerslie Penrose and Mount Wellington.
The incident occurred at 3 p.m. and police say they believe 2 vehicles that were travelling in southbound lanes are involved.
Police say one person is believed to be trapped with severe injuries, and with traffic building rapidly, they are asking public to be mindful of delays. The serious crash unit is investigating.
Up to 40 New Zealanders are being held in the Christmas Island Immigration Detention Centre and facing deportation, the Australian government has confirmed.
Aussie Immigration Minister Peter Dutton revealed today Kiwis with criminal convictions made up 14% of the centre's population of 285 detainees.
Mr. Dutton has met New Zealand's High Commissioner and Justice Minister to discuss the deportation cases.
One of 3 Americans who helped thwart a terror attack on a packed train bound for Paris has been stabbed in Sacramento, US media are reporting.
A US Air Force spokesman confirmed that 23-year-old Airman Spencer Stone had been injured in his own state of California and taken to a local hospital.
He said local police were investigating the incident, including whether it was in any way linked to the Paris train attack.
Police are warning the public of Hutt Valley that opportunistic thieves are taking heed of distracted residents and targeting garages while they aren't looking.
Acting Senior Sergeant Caroline Martin is asking residents to adopt a lock it or lose it policy after a spate of thefts in the area.
Senior Sergeant Martin says bikes, lawnmowers and gym bags sitting in the back of a car are all at risk and is urging basic precautionary tactics to deter the thieves.
Let's go to the weather forecast.
60 Seconds is back on October the 16th, and the news team is back on the 23rd of October. Welcome to Tom and Bean News New Zealand. An ignition switch fault has reportedly prompted Mazda to undertake a worldwide recall of 4.9 million of its older vehicles.
The models are 1990 to 1996 323 and Protige, 1993 to 1998 626, 929, MX6, MPV and MX3.
AP says Mazda will begin replacing ignition switches in December.
Counties Monaco Police have posted a moving video to their Facebook page encouraging motorists to take care on the roads over the Labour weekend.
The tribute posted online this morning has been viewed more than 48,000 times and shared more than 1,500 times.
In the video, a police officer flicks through a series of cards with the names of 15 fatal car crash victims on Monaco roads this year and how they died.
Meanwhile, the Labour weekend holiday toll period has started.
Drivers cannot speed 4 km over the speed limit. If they do, then they will get a fine.
Police are hoping for 0 deaths this weekend.
Rain is set to plague much of the north as Labour weekend kicks off, but it won't last too long with conditions forecasted to improve, especially for Monday.
From this evening, Met Service is predicting a band of heavy rain will stall over the central and upper North Islands. Weather warnings are in place for high ground and central areas, including Mount Taranaki, Tara Ranges and Tongariro National Park.
The South Island gets off slightly easier. Conditions are expected to be mostly dry over the weekend, despite some showers on the west coast.
A 4-year-old girl has been fatally shot in the head while riding in the car with her father in New Mexico in what authorities called it a road rage attack.
A suspect identified as Tony Torres, 32 years old, has confessed to the shooting of Liddy Garcia on Tuesday afternoon, local time in Albuquerque, ABC News reported.
An anonymous tip led to the arrest, City Police Chief Gordon Eden told a press conference late on Wednesday, the network said.
Police in Auckland are asking witnesses of a crash in Pukerunga Highway in which a motorcyclist died to come forward.
The accident occurred at 1 p.m. on October 15th, killing a Year 12 students from Pukerunga College. Okay, weather for Auckland, it is 22 degrees Celsius and sunny.
Traffic reports for Auckland and it is clear on all motorways.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you next Friday.
Welcome to Tom and Bean News New Zealand. Forest and Bird says it has evidence of how much damage possums are causing to the country's northern forests, and they say it's worrying.
The organisation has released footage showing 116,000 hectares of native trees in Russell, Otungaroa and north of Whangaroa rapidly turning into bleached skeletons.
Chairperson of the Northlands Conservation Board, Meta Harris, says the forests are in a really bad state.
A career criminal who shot an officer in the foot after leading police on a manhunt around the North Island has been sentenced to 11 years and 4 months in jail.
Zeb Lee Sonny McCullion was on the run between May and August last year before finally being arrested in the Mill Street Pack and Save car park following a violent struggle.
During his attempt to escape authorities, McCullion was tackled by Constable John Spalding as he tried to hijack a car, resulting in his shotgun discharging and injuring both men.
There are calls for heads to roll over the botched investigation into the 2010 Fox Glacier air crash.
The Transport Accident Investigation Commission won't apologise to victims' families, even though they got the cause of the accident wrong and allowed crucial evidence to be buried.
The lawyer who acted for the skydive company says the review shows grave errors were made and that should be accepted.
A wild elephant has killed 2 men in separate pre-dawn attacks as they worked at a rubber plantation in eastern Thailand.
The Tapers, both in their 40s and working about 3 kilometers apart, were killed at the plantation in Kanghang district of Chantaburi province on Friday.
A third taper, a woman, suffered 2 broken legs at the scene of one of the attacks.
Let's go straight to the weather.
There was green alligators and long-necked geese, some hunchback owls and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, as sure as you're born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn.
Now God seen some sinning, and it gave him lots of pain. And he says, stand back, I'm going to make it rain. He says, hey, brother Noah, I tell you what to do. Build me a floating zoo and take some of them
Green alligators and long-necked geese, some hunchback owls and some chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, but sure as you're born, don't you forget my unicorn.
Okay, that's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you on Monday, 9th of November. Welcome to Tom and B News New Zealand. The flags are flying in New Plymouth today, with crowds out in full force to celebrate the first royal visit in 60 years.
Prince Charles and Camilla were welcomed to Taranaki with a porphyry by school children before heading for a cup of tea, and some lamingtons with locals.
Today is the second to last day of their tour before they head to Australia tomorrow morning.
Students at Tairi College in Mosgiel sat 2 major exams today, despite a fire gutting their school hall at the weekend.
They are among more than 145,000 students sitting NCEA over the next month.
Smoke billowed out of Tairi College's Hillslop Hall yesterday. It took 9 crews to bring the blaze under control.
A swath of China has been blanketed with dangerous acrid smog after levels of the most dangerous particulates reached almost 50 times World Health Organization's maximums.
Levels of PM 2.5, the tiny airborne particles considered most harmful to health, reached 860 micrograms per cubic meter in Changchun, the capital of Jilin province.
The World Health Organization's recommended maximum is a 24-hour average of 25 micrograms.
A 20-year-old man has been charged with a number of firearm offences following an incident at Tautuku Lodge in the Catlins.
The AOS and a dog team were called out to the lodge at 6 p.m. on Sunday after reports a man with a car trouble was acting strangely and shooting a vehicle.
The 20-year-old man and a 15-year-old girl then allegedly broke into Tautuku Lodge, which is no longer in use. Further shots were fired. Let's have a look at the weather forecast today, and it was early summer for 90% of New Zealand.
That is so warm.
Well, it averaged about between 15 and 31 degrees in most places.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you on Friday. Welcome to Tom Ann's B News New Zealand. Here are the top stories. Charlie Sheen has revealed his secret. The secret is that he is still having HIV.
Police use pepper spray on children as young as 6 years old.
And the Wanganui District Council is adding the H in the spelling of the council. Kia ora, good evening. Wanganui District's name will officially be changed to Whanganui District. The government has announced.
The government's decision recognises that Wanganui has no meaning in Te Reo Māori, Land Information Minister Louise Upston says.
The Geographic Board had recommended the change as well as local council, iwi and public submitters, Miss Upston says.
Police pepper sprayed a 6-year-old boy in June this year after he refused to drop a steak knife he was threatening to kill his mother with.
Between July 1st, 2010 and September 1, 2015, police used pepper spray on 8 children under the age of 12, according to documents released under the Official Information Act.
The boy was the youngest to be pepper sprayed by police.
Charlie Sheen has been suffering from the deadly HIV virus for years. It's been revealed.
The 50-year-old is now desperate to cover up his medical crisis, and it is costing him millions of dollars, the National Enquirer reports.
Radar Online, the Enquirer's website, says the news comes as Sheen prepares for an interview with NBC's Today Show, in which he is going to confirm that he is HIV positive. An Air New Zealand flight has returned to Christchurch Airport shortly after takeoff following a bird strike.
The 4 p.m. flight to Wellington circled for several minutes after taking off before passengers were informed it would return.
The captain said a decent-sized seagull struck the plane and would need to land to be checked, though there was no indication of a problem.
The Airbus landed safely at 4:30 p.m. and let's go to the weather forecast.
and please subscribe. Welcome to this Tom Haines B News New Zealand special. Today is a very sad day because former All Black and still a legend Jonah Lomu has passed away in Auckland today at the age of 40.
Former All Black Dr. John Mayhew confirmed Lomu had died unexpectedly this morning.
Lomu had been in the United Kingdom with his family as a spokesman for Heineken during the Rugby World Cup.
The bruising winger made 73 appearances for the All Blacks, making his Test debut in 1994 against France in Christchurch.
A star already in New Zealand, it was the 1995 World Cup which made Jonah an international sensation, running over England's Mike Catt and scoring 4 tries in one World Cup game.
He scored 43 tries in the black jersey before having to quit the sport in 2002 because of his new rare kidney disease.
The plan was to play again for the All Blacks at the 2007 World Cup, but after stints in Wales and North Harbour, the comeback never came.
Lomu was made a New Zealand Order of Merit. He also took up bodybuilding and also played for a French 3rd Division side.
He suffered a health scare in 2011, pulling out of the Fight for Life charity boxing event with kidney troubles, just 7 years after his life-saving kidney transplant. Jonah Lomu was the youngest ever All Black to start out his age of 19 years and 45 days old. He was appointed the New Zealand Order of Merit in 2007, inducted into the International Rugby Hall of Fame in 2011.
And most tries in Rugby World Cup, 15. It is now making headlines all over the world, and they are paying respect for him and his family.
He leaves behind his wife and 2 young boys aged 5 and 6. Rest in peace, Jonah. You're always a rugby legend.
Jonah Lomu had problems with his kidney and had a transplant 7 years ago.
He arrived back home last night from England, and suddenly, why did he had to die?
Former Australian rival and Lomu's friend Tim Horan told Fox Sports News he was such a gentle and kind person.
His kidney issues, suffering a rare disorder known as nephrotic syndrome, meant he was forced to cut short his rugby career, but he bravely attempted several comebacks.
He received regular dialysis treatment to help deal with his kidney issues.
While intimidating on the field, Lomu was beloved as a gentle giant of it.
Lomu made his Test debut in 1994 against France in Christchurch.
As well as playing for several domestic teams in his homeland, he made 10 appearances for Cardiff Blues in Wales between 2005 and 2006, shortly before his retirement.
Despite never winning the World Cup, he is joint top try scorer in its history alongside South Africa wing Brian Habana.
With 15 tries in 11 games during the 1995 and 99 tournaments.
And here are some Twitter statuses, and former New Zealand's captain Sean Fitzpatrick tweeted, "Our thoughts are with the Jonah Lomu family tonight, a very special person."
All Blacks World Cup winner Dan Carter tweeted, "I still can't believe the sad news. Love and thoughts go out to Jonah's family."
And former Wales fly half Jonathan Davies said, "Can't believe Jonah Lomu has passed away. Was with him and his wife and family for an evening last month."
And thanks for watching this new special. We will see you tomorrow, and on Friday we will have the TV media show episode rolling, hopefully. Bye for now, and thoughts go to Jonah's family. Welcome to Tom and Ben News New Zealand. Here is the top stories. The remaining bodies have been recovered from the Fox Glacier helicopter crash.
Taylor Swift has been accused of breaching the vehicle permit on Bethells Beach in Auckland.
And police search for an Auckland man. Road ticket sales have forced the cancellation of a 2-day summer music festival in Auckland.
The Echo Festival, which had big-name international acts like Jamie XX, Disclosure, and the Flaming Lips on the bill, was to be held on January 11 and 12.
It replaced the 3-day McLaren Valley Music and Arts Festival, which was forced to move after promoters failed to get resource consent for its original Bay of Plenty venue.
An Auckland man is on the run and believed to be evading police after breaching a protection order and contravening the conditions of his prison release. J. Morris Stewart has 2 warrants for his arrest.
He is known to visit the Muriwai, Greenheight, Whanuapai and Monganui areas, and police say that if he's seen, he should not be approached.
Police say Stewart is believed to be actively evading them and warned anyone helping him they could also be prosecuted.
Pop sensation Taylor Swift caused a stir in New Zealand this week with her surprise visit to film a music video.
But not everyone was pleased, with the residents at Auckland's Bethells Beach saying Swift's crew breached their permit conditions while filming the video, damaging the natural habitat of the endangered dotterel.
On Facebook, Sandra Cooney, the chairwoman for the Waitakere Rangers local board, expressed her unhappiness, saying she believes Swift broke the terms of her filming permit.
A major fire in Marlborough was triggered in part by the El Niño weather pattern, bringing hotter conditions earlier than would normally be expected, the fire service says.
Fire crews are still trying to extinguish the fire at a forestry site in Waikato Valley and are working to stop it spreading even further.
They are in a race with the weather to gain control of the blaze before predicted gale force winds hit the region.
Police have confirmed the remaining 3 bodies have been recovered from Fox Glacier after a helicopter crashed in the area on last Saturday.
The first teams landed on the glacier within 5 minutes after sunrise this morning to continue the recovery operation.
Police say the bodies of the victims were located close to the wreckage with 26 crew members involved in the operation, including Alpine Cliff Rescue, a disaster identification team and drone team.
Let's go to the weather forecast, and today was really hot.
That's all today. Thanks for watching and please subscribe. Good evening. A victim of a contactless card theft in Hamilton is warning others about the risk associated with the PIN-free payment system.
Police are still on the hunt for the offender and say the incident is part of a growing number of this type of theft across the district.
It's convenient for consumers, but it seems contactless or tap-and-go cards are also making life easier for thieves.
A 25-year-old Australian detainee deported to New Zealand has been arrested for burglary.
The man was picked up in Hamilton at lunchtime today.
Police say he had gone into a home but fled when the alarm went off. He was then tracked down by dog handlers.
A day of wild weather has kept emergency services busy across the South Island.
On the east coast, fire crews battled hot and dry conditions to try to contain several fires, while on the west coast, torrential rain and strong winds brought down trees and power lines.
Helicopters with monsoon buckets were in the air early this morning, working to contain the blaze, but just after 11 a.m, winds started pushing 90 km per hour.
And a decision was made to ground the aircraft for safety reasons.
A court has rejected a legal bid from the families of two Pike River miners challenging the decision to drop charges against its former boss, Peter Whittle.
The decision was released by the Wellington High Court this afternoon and comes just 2 weeks after families marked the 5th anniversary of the mine disaster that killed 29 men.
Anna Osborne, who lost her husband in the tragedy, and Sonia Rockhouse, who lost her son, sought the judicial review against Mr. Whittle.
One of the world's largest private collections of trucks and classic cars is set to go on show in Invercargill.
Previously one of the city's best kept secrets, the impressive transport collection of Southlander Bill Richardson is now ready for the fast lane.
The late Mr. Richardson began collecting trucks in 1967, and we go straight to the weather, and it's another hot day.
That's all today. Thanks for watching and please subscribe. Welcome to Tom Ann's B News New Zealand, and in breaking news, at least one person has opened fire in San Bernardino in California, and at least 12 dead and 20 injured.
The police department said on Twitter that there could be 1 to 3 suspects in the shooting incident in 1300 block of South Waterman. SBFD is working to clear the scene.
The fire department said it was responding to 20 victims.
The shooting took place at the Inland Regional Centre, one of the 21 facilities serving disabled people.
TV images on CNN showed people being evacuated from the building, their arms raised as triage stations were set up outside.
Police said SWAT teams are surrounding the building.
A police spokesman told the Los Angeles Times that the suspects were heavily armed and possibly wearing body armor.
A spokeswoman from nearby Loma Linda Medical Center said the hospital was expecting patients momentarily.
The shooting comes just days after the Planned Parenthood shootings in Colorado.
Witnesses told CNN that they saw 3 men with long rifles. The source said got into the black SUV and drove away.
So now we believe that the police are searching for a black SUV that just fled. We're now following BBC now instead of CNN, just for now.
President Obama has been briefed by Homeland Security Advisor Lisa Monaco.
And we will update more shortly, but let's take a break and part 2 is coming shortly. So click on the next red annotation as soon as it appears when we get more details. Welcome back to the breaking news special, and we will update you on the situation of the San Bernardino shootings. Here's the latest update.
Loma Linda University Medical Center says they received 5 adult patients, 2 critical but stable, 2 fair, 1 still being assessed.
The hospital was put on alert for an hour after a bomb threat, but it has been cleared. News agency Reuters captured families as they reunited with loved ones.
The San Bernardino County Department of Public Health has confirmed to the AP that several of its employees were inside a social services facility when gunmen opened fire.
The suspects are down and 1 officer injured after one of the suspects opened fire.
The aerial footage shows that police searching house by house in the neighborhood where the vehicle was stopped.
A San Bernardino police spokeswoman said an officer was injured but did not suffer life-threatening wounds after police spotted the vehicle in a nearby neighborhood.
And there's news, Justin, that the official count of deaths has jumped slightly from 12 to 14.
So families have been reunited with loved ones at the Hernandez Community Center.
So now what happened earlier is that the police stopped the SUV with the 2 armored trucks, but 1 officer got injured. What I am reading from CNN now is that at least 1 suspect is dead.
The 3rd suspect could still be on the loose. Police told residents to lock down your houses.
A law enforcement told CNN that 3 suspects are believed to be armed with AK-47 type weapons.
AK-47?
Yep.
The bomb squad found a suspicious package on the 2nd floor of a building and determined it is not normal. A law enforcement source told CNN they are going to handle it with a robot, the source added.
The FBI and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms and Explosives were responding, agency representatives said.
So to recap, 14 people died and 17 injured.
The incident started at Wednesday 11 a.m. local time, which is Thursday 8 a.m. New Zealand time, and opened fire at the Inland Regional Centre.
There was a bomb threat but since been cleared. 1 shooter is dead. We haven't received anything of the 2nd one and the 3rd one is still on the loose.
A law enforcement guy said that 3 suspects were armed with AK-47s.
Loma Linda University Center says they received 5 adult patients, 2 critical but stable, 2 fair, 1 still being assessed.
We are still getting live updates at the moment, but if there's more, we will continue with part 3, so please subscribe.
And if the red rectangle annotation appears in front of you, that means you can watch part 3 of the breaking news special. Click on it as soon as it appears. Welcome to Tom and Ben News New Zealand. The man accused of shooting dead George Tairoa at a road construction site more than 2 years ago is due to reappear in court.
Quentin Winders is charged with shooting the 67-year-old as he held a stop-and-go sign at a road construction site south of Tokoroa in March 2013.
He was denied bail at a hearing late last month in the High Court at Rotorua after being arrested in Stratford on November the 18th.
It's been revealed another person may have contracted hepatitis A from Fruzio frozen berries.
Last week, the Ministry for Primary Industries recalled Fruzio mixed berries from all supermarket shelves.
So far, 4 people have been confirmed to have contracted the virus from the product.
Black Caps Captain Brendan McCullum has produced a polished display in Dunedin without even going into the middle.
The experienced skipper fronted the media for the traditional pre-test press conference, though initially all the questions were about his appearance at the Chris Cairns perjury trial in London.
Following the not guilty verdict, Cairns asked McCullum why he said what he did during the 7-week trial at the Southwark court.
Labour is backing the government's move to award NCA credits to high school pupils getting a driver's licence, but claims National stole its policy.
8 credits will be allocated in total, dived out as students pass the learners restricted and full licence tests.
MP Grant Robertson says the policy is half-backed.
The head of Wellington's ambitious movie museum and convention centre is relieved the project finally has the green light.
Councillors unanimously voted for the $134 million build on a waterfront site yesterday. Councillors unanimously voted for the $134 million build on a waterfront site yesterday.
Director George Hickton says Sir Peter Jackson and Sir Richard Taylor's project has been in the pipeline for a long time.
Okay, before we go straight to the weather, we are still having a graphics problem from yesterday. That's why we did not broadcast yesterday, and the only problem left is the weather graphics.
So Auckland is 20 degrees with an overnight low of 14 and cloudy.
Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and follow our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/TomandBNews4NZ, and click the like button to get updates from us.
Another way to get updates from us is to follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/TNBnews4NZ. Hey guys, our last 2015 episode is on Friday the 18th of December, and we'd like to say thank you for watching and subscribing to us, and please subscribe for more videos, and we will be back in early 2016.
So Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you and your families.
Welcome to Tom and Ben News New Zealand. Smoked chicken is the latest product at the centre of a food safety scare.
The Ministry for Primary Industries has recalled Santa Rosa brand Manuka smoked chicken after concerns it appeared to be undercooked, Fairfax Media are reporting.
It is the third product to be recalled this month by the MPI after a Listeria affair with beehive, champagne-shaved ham, and cases of hepatitis A linked to Fruscio mixed berries.
The Black Caps are all out for 431 runs, and it's now Sri Lanka's turn to bat.
After a first innings knock of 156, Martin Guptill targeted a score of 450 before getting into bowl, with the ball doing funny things.
Doug Bracewell and Neil Wagner resumed the day on 32 and 0 respectively, but it didn't take long for Sri Lanka to strike.
Wagner hooking Nuwan Pradeep's delivery to backward point. Armed police are currently attending to an incident in Rotorua where 2 people have been taken to hospital.
It is understood the officers are situated near Turner Drive and Western Heights Primary School.
There is also a heavy police presence at the Islands View and Gordon Road intersections.
The nation's choice of an alternative flag will soon be revealed. One design out of 5 will triumph, and the Electoral Commission is aiming to have the preliminary result of the referendum announced by 8:30 today.
The winner will go up against the current flag in a second referendum in March next year. The Commission sent out 3.1 million voting forms, and late on Thursday just over 43% had been returned.
A woman who faked having cancer and raised $15,000 for fictitious treatments on donation website Give a Little will be sentenced in Auckland if she turns up.
The 23-year-old woman who has name suppression has missed several court appearances related to her case, but it is scheduled to appear in Auckland's District Court today for sentencing.
She pleaded guilty in April to 3 charges of fraud and one fraudulently obtaining a car lease.
Fire safety investigators are trying to find out what caused a major blaze at a high-rise office building in Auckland last night.
The fire broke out on the 5th floor of the BDO building in Takapuna around 9 p.m. and spread to part of the 6th floor.
No one was injured, and many of the firefighters were sent home within half an hour.
Efforts to protect New Zealand's borders against biosecurity threats have been given a boost today, with 24 detector dog teams officially graduating from training.
It's the largest single boost of detector dog teams for the Ministry for Primary Industries ever.
The teams are one of a member of measures being used at the border this summer. There's also a new mobile X-ray unit that will be used to scan baggage from cruise ships. We will get to the weather forecast, and our weather graphics is working up and running.
Okay guys, thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe, follow our Facebook and Twitter pages listed down below, and see you on Sunday.
Also, don't forget to watch the last 60 seconds episode for the air tomorrow.
And 60 Seconds won't be back until sometime next year.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. Our last news episode for the year is on Friday the 18th of December, so that's next Friday.
It's been an honour of broadcasting the news to you this year, and after that we will be back sometime next year. We will announce the return date on our Facebook and Twitter pages on Monday, January the 4th, so be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter to find out more.
And if you don't follow us on Facebook or Twitter to find out, then you would probably miss out.
Hello and welcome to Tom and Ben News New Zealand. Prime Minister John Key said New Zealand can do better in the fight against climate change than the international agreed goal.
On Saturday, 196 countries reached a historic agreement to curb carbon emissions and restrict global warming to 1.5 degrees.
The outcome was a remarkable and momentous occasion, he said.
New Zealand On Air won't fund the new TV3 5:30pm drama series from 2016.
NZ On Air CEO said the organisation's budget for drama is unprecedented pressure, with more projects seeking support than funds available.
So will you watch the new drama? Comment down below now.
A policeman helped to deliver a roadside baby in East Auckland last night.
Constable James Collins was patrolling the area with another constable when a woman and her partner waved out at them as they went past.
Well, I can tell you what, this is a very nice story that I've heard in a while.
3 people who were killed in a crash in Atiamuri north of Taupo on Saturday afternoon have been identified.
They were Michael Sue, David James Hills and Jesse Nicholson.
The serious crash unit are still investigating.
A fire that destroyed a Westport house overnight is being investigated.
Police and firefighters were called to the unoccupied address just before midnight.
If anyone has information, can call Westport Police on 03 789 7339. That's 03 789 7339.
We go straight to the weather forecast.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you tomorrow. Company has been ordered to pay $12,000 to a worker it fired on the 86th day of his 90-day trial.
White Swan Autos has been ordered to pay $6,000 in compensation and ordered a further $5,000 on wages.
Along with costs of $1,200 after abruptly firing on one of their staff for being sick just 4 days before the trial ended.
The Wizard of Christchurch is finally a Kiwi citizen, so he can get a student loan and undertake a PhD at Canterbury University.
At the age of 83, it's been more than 40 years since the wizard, who was originally from the United Kingdom, migrated to New Zealand.
His real name is Ian Brackenbury Chanel.
House buyers who bought a property off-plan at a new failed Auckland housing development will get their deposits plus interest back by Christmas.
Panama Road Developments Limited, the company behind the Spring Park housing project in Mount Wellington, has been placed into receivership.
Spring Park promised quality, affordable housing, but receivers Grant Thornton says the company is unable to build the house properties.
Up to 850 Bunnings Warehouse employees could choose to go on strike this week over complaints about the rostering system.
Out of the 21 stores that met this morning, 20 decided not to go back to work for the remainder of today, with a further 7 stores to meet on Friday.
Bunnings Warehouse lowest prices are just the beginning.
TV Media New Zealand, which owns Tom and Ben News New Zealand, Zealand 60 Seconds and the 360 Show will change its name from TV Media New Zealand to Video Media New Zealand. Love it!
The name change makes more sense now since we make online videos and not being on live TV.
The change will also affect our Otaki branch, which will cease operating soon. The full changes will take effect on 6 February 2016.
Let's take a look at the weather forecast.
That's all today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and see you tomorrow. You can also follow our Facebook page. Just search Tom and Ben News New Zealand and hit the like button.
You can also follow us on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/T&B News4NZ and click follow.
And also, don't forget to watch our last episode for the year this Friday. Welcome to Tom and Ben News New Zealand. The Auckland businessman who threatened to poison baby formula with 1080 has admitted 2 charges of blackmail.
The 60-year-old man was in the High Court at Auckland today and has continued name suppression.
He was arrested following an 11-month, $3 million investigation into 2 anonymous letters sent to Fonterra.
Air New Zealand and Jetstar have joined other airlines to support the ban over hoverboards on board the planes as they pose a risk.
This follows a similar move by Qantas, Emirates and American Airlines, which the hoverboards can explode unexpectedly.
They are powered by inbuilt batteries which can overheat and catch fire if they are overcharged.
A man who stabbed himself in the head in Heathrow Airport has been taken to hospital. He started attacking himself outside a shop in Terminal 5 at 5:45 p.m, but his injuries are not life-threatening. Oh dear, a monkey is on the run in Kent.
Where in Kent?
Okay, Kent, as you know, is a suburb of the UK, and the place he ran from is Wild Animal Park.
Okay, so everyone in the area should be locking their doors and windows then.
Yep.
China is reportedly buying Canadian Air. Seriously?
Yeah, it looks like they are buying Canadian Air, and they have a first batch of 500 canisters.
So why are they buying Canadian Air?
So they think they can fix all of their smog problems.
So is this a solution to China's smog problems? Comment down below now.
Christmas has come early for a Porirua local because the jackpot was $15 million.
15 million. Oh god, that's heaps. The ticket was sold at Eastside, Foursquare and Lotto in Porirua East.
It's the 12th time the Powerball jackpot has been won in 2015.
I better buy myself a Powerball ticket.
Me too.
Let's go to the final weather forecast for 2015.
Yes, today is the last episode for serious news, sport and weather for this year.
So tomorrow will be our last episode for the year, but we will do fun stuff instead of the news tomorrow.
That's all today. Thanks for watching and please subscribe. You can also follow our Facebook page. Just go to facebook.com/Tom and Ben News 4NZ and click the like button.
You can also follow our Twitter page. Go to twitter.com/T&B News 4NZ and don't forget to join us tomorrow for the last 2015 episode.
Hey, Ben, it's our last 2015 episode today.
No!
Well, it's been great working with you.
Yes, it is, and I like working with you too.
Thanks, Ben.
I think we need new chairs.
Well, let's turn on the lights and start the show. Welcome to the final episode for 2015. I know, it's a boo, but it's been a great 49th 2015 episode and a great 20th season 15 episode. It was a pleasure to give you the news during this year.
To celebrate the last episode for 2015, here are some moments of this year. This is Tom and Ben News for New Zealand with the Ben the Talking Dog and Tom the Talking Cat.
Kia ora, good evening. Prime Minister John Key is kicking off his political year by going to London to meet British Prime Minister David Cameron. Tensions between freedom campers and residents of Christchurch community are at breaking point. The residents also voiced their frustration at wild parties in the car park.
A proposed Skypath passageway could allow Aucklanders walk from the CBD to Takapuna, could cost $33.5 million New Zealand dollars to build it.
Kia ora, good evening, and there's breaking news tonight of former All Black Jerry Collins and his wife died in a car accident in France. A smelly car with rotten meat parked outside a Countdown supermarket has finally been moved.
Hey, you! The Honda car had been parking at Countdown Point Chevalier in Auckland for a month, making a long-distance smelly smell.
Ew! Okay, to your weather now. Oops, Next, we have the graphics problem. Last problem was 2 weeks ago, so let's do the verbal way. Auckland has showers and 16 degrees Celsius.
The principal who introduced Cambridge exams to New Zealand says he believes the qualification still has a place here as a top school opts out.
Former Auckland Grammar headmaster John Morris said he was surprised at Westlake Boys High School's decision to solely offer NCEA, as he says the local system is still a work in progress. 2 Auckland transport staff are in the gun for parking illegally yesterday across a footpath and broken yellow lines.
The women were photographed inspecting a bus stop in Tiverton Road, New Windsor, while the car with a large AT logo on its door was parked nearby. To sport now, and well, the English rugby team has been mocking our country's haka.
Instead of doing the real moves and saying the real words, they mixed it with the Macarena and naming it the Hakarena. Welcome to this Tom Haines B News New Zealand special. Today is a very sad day because former All Black and still a legend Donna Lomu has passed away in Auckland today at the age of 40.
New Zealand On Air won't fund the new TV3 5:30pm drama series from 2016.
A policeman helped to deliver a roadside baby in East Auckland last night.
Constable James Collins was patrolling the area with another constable when a woman and her partner waved out at them as they went past. Air New Zealand and Jetstar have joined other airlines to support the ban over hoverboards on board the planes as they pose a risk.
Oh dear, a monkey is on the run in Kent.
Where in Kent?
Okay, Kent, as you know, is a suburb of the UK, and the place he ran from is Wild Animal Park.
Okay, so everyone in the area should be locking their doors and windows then.
Yep. Oh yes, good times. I know what we should do. We shall shame and embarrass the Aussies like right now of what they search on Google.
On the news section from 1 to 10, the trending is Paris, Bali 9, Hepatitis A, Cyclone Marsha, Charlie Hebdo, Greece.
Pluto, Nepal earthquake, royal baby, and Mick Fanning shark attack. Okay, that's just nothing to embarrass the Australians about in this section.
Okay, here is their trending searches from 1 to 10. Netflix, Rugby World Cup, Lamar Odom, Ronda Rousey, Asian Cup, Jared Hayne.
Jurassic World, Paris, Cricket World Cup, and Agario, I think. Okay, us New Zealanders shall be embarrassed about losing the Cricket World Cup to Australia, but
on the world's biggest sporting event, which is the Rugby World Cup, we shall embarrass the Aussies because we won the cup final 34-17 and we're so unbeaten.
And just to let you know that Christmas is in 7 days. So what do you wish for Christmas? We want to know from you. Just comment down below, or you can Facebook, Twitter, and email message us. Details are on our blue graphic.
I think what I want for Christmas is a soda stream.
Oh, that's nice. So you want to make fizzy drinks?
Yes, that would be very nice. What do you want, Tom?
A new car.
Ooh, nice. What type?
Maybe a Volkswagen or a Skoda?
Very nice.
Yes, it is nice. And our best headline of the year is the monkey that was on the loose in Kent yesterday.
Well, the whole county must be in lockdown.
And that's the last 2015 episode. We would like to thank you for watching and subscribing to us for the last 49 episodes. And we will be back
please subscribe for episodes coming in 2016, and we will make the return date announcement on our Facebook and Twitter pages on the 4th of January and on YouTube on the 11th.
So, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.